All right, so what we're going to look at right now is the position of the barbell in the start of a snatch in relation to a body position, and kind of a common problem that we see a lot of people have when they are maybe used to doing a lot of deadlifts and then try to translate that into snatches and cleans. You have to do it a little bit differently, because the first thing you have to consider is the ending position of a snatch. Ideally, we want to catch that bar right on your midline. So your midline right behind your ears, right on top of your spine. The problem with that is that's behind you, and the bar is starting in front of you. So in a dynamic movement where we're trying to take the barbell from in front of you to behind you, everything from the floor up to that catch position needs to be moving in that direction. If we're not constantly moving from the front to the back, then we're going to be losing efficiency, and you're not going to be very efficient at the lift, and you're just leaving weight off of the bar right off the bat from that little error. So the common problem that we see a lot of people having is when they set up on the barbell, they set up like a deadlift by bringing their shins all the way into the bar. So yeah, Savannah, walk even in closer than that. Shins touching the bar, and then from there, setting up. So the important thing to think of, this barbell is in front of her. We've got to get it behind her. So if she sets up for the snatch right here, go ahead and pull in tight. Yeah. Literally, there is no room for her to move backwards as she stands up, because that barbell is already as close to her as possible. So when she comes up to the knee, that barbell is automatically going to go out in front of her. Automatically, if you're taking weight from here and putting it out here, that barbell is getting heavier. You're going to be a lot less strong in that position because you're moving that barbell away from where it needs to go. So right off the bat, if you're starting with your shins right up against the bar, you're losing efficiency, you're losing strength. Then from the knees, since we have to go out around your knees when you start with that bar in so tight, only one of two things is going to happen. As she extends up, she's not able to pull that bar back towards her because it already started in too close. So the two things that will happen as she pulls in from the knees up to the hips is she's either going to extend straight up through the heels, completely negating the power that she can get in the hips, or she's going to rush her hips into the bar, creating a lot of horizontal power into the barbell, pushing that barbell away from her, again, moving the barbell away from that position that we need it to go in. So the important thing to think of with this, kind of a simple way to put it, is if the barbell is moving up, it needs to be sweeping back towards her. So really quickly, we're going to show you an example of each one of these from the floor up to the hips that can go wrong if the barbell is too close. So even though she made those two snatches, both of them were incredibly inefficient. She was using her hips incorrectly, putting either one, no hip power into the barbell, or way too much hip power in a horizontal way, which means she's just putting a really low ceiling on how much she's going to be able to snatch. So to correct those issues is actually really, really simple. When she steps into the bar, all we want to do is make sure that barbell's a little bit farther out away from her so that she has the room to sweep it back as she stands up. So there's two ways you can do this. One, the most simple way is just walk until, if you're the lifter and you're looking down at the bar, the knuckle of your big toe is directly underneath the barbell. That way when you set up, that barbell's not going to be touching your shins. It's going to be out in front of you a little bit, which is going to feel a little bit weird if you're not used to it, especially if you're used to putting the shins right up against the bar. But I promise as you get up into your hips, you're going to really feel the difference, even on your first lift. The other way you can do it is if you have a video to record or a partner to kind of help you, you want to make sure that there's a straight line from the shoulder of the lifter down to the bar. Okay, so Savannah has walked into the bar, knuckle of her big toe underneath the bar. She's going to go down and set up. If you notice, her shoulder position down to the barbell is in one straight line. And if you can see right in there up against the bar as she sets up, it's not touching her. So as she stands up to the knee, what that's going to do is give her room to sweep the barbell back and up. So she's moving that barbell towards her. She's getting stronger. And she can then sweep into the hips. And notice this position, she can put a tremendous amount of vertical power with her hips into the bar, sending that barbell straight up to the ceiling and not wasting any energy. You can drop it. So now we're going to show you an example of what a good snatch would be with that better start position. All right, so as you can see, when she's able to sweep it back towards herself, she gets it into her hips way better. Bar goes up, not out, and she's actually able to use her hips to her advantage. So we'll play at the end. We'll put all three side by side, slow-mo, so you can see them again. Thanks to Savannah for doing this at the end of her workout. And yeah, we're going to try to do one of these videos every single week, so keep checking back. We'll have a shit ton more. OutOfStepBarbell.com, Instagram, OutOfStepCrossFit. Oh, that was